I am here with Emilee Kern,
Hello,
and yay, so excited to have you. So, Emilee, do you go by Em or Emily?
Emilee.
Do you? Okay. So Emilee is a yoga and soul alignment specialist, and I'm trying to think. I feel like we met when you were still in Hawaii. I'm trying to remember like how far back we
Oh,
go.
yes,
You were
that's true.
still, yeah, you're still in Hawaii, and I was trying to recall that we reconnected once you moved back to Wisconsin. So I'd love to hear. We're going to talk a little bit about your business in a little bit, but I'd love to hear your take on how we met or what services that you've been able to take from me.
Yeah, so that reminded me that a friend of mine back then who's in Wisconsin recommended you as an intuitive reader, and I requested a reading online, and I believe we did a Zoom call. So our first interaction was a Zoom call intuitive message session, or one of your
Hmm.
spiritual guidance sessions. So that was the
Yeah.
very first interaction. So I remember that. And then when I moved back to Wisconsin last year, I was so excited to get into your Reiki program. So I started with Reiki 1 online. And because I had done a Reiki 1 many, many years ago, so it was kind of like a refresher. And after I took your Reiki 1 and had your attunement, I just knew I needed more. And so then I went in for your Reiki 2 and Reiki Master in person in your home.
Yes, yes. I'm like, you have a really good memory. I was trying to remember the timeline and you nailed it. Yeah, and I feel too, really neat just looking at how your life has unfolded and how things have opened up for you. And it's neat too. I was thinking back to our session, and I just kept getting as I was tapping in that you're so intuitive. It was almost like you had already been getting some of these intuitive hits. It was a more I was about validating it, in some ways. So it's neat to hear your progression. And two, what I love, I'll just throw this out there, that those who are in this Reiki lineage, it just feels like a kinship and
Mhm.
like a kindredness of some sort. And so I love that just because I feel like there's such power in the Reiki lineage that I've noticed. I've taken 3 different Reiki, lineages, but the one that I teach, it just feels like it's so aligned. So it's neat to hear you say about Reiki 1, Reiki 2, and like with the attunement, you just knew you needed more. And I'll
Mhm.
share when I first took from my teacher, it was just like, I need more. I need more. And
Mhm.
it's kind of unexplainable, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, I do need more. So I love that. Thank you for sharing more of that. And I'm curious what of those services or the classes, like what do you incorporate into your business?
I do incorporate the Reiki energy healing into my business. So I do that in person with sessions.
Awesome. Very, very cool. Yeah. And so with this, I'm really excited to hear more about your business. And so this series, I don't know if I explained this, but it's called We Rise Together. So, and
Okay.
just like looking at that you and I met, for some reason, universal reason, our paths crossed. And I just feel what keeps coming to me is that the collective is really rising and they need more of us. And I feel however we can collaborate and being able to make sure that people are finding the people they're looking for, meaning you, meaning myself, meaning others as we rise together. I almost just feel like any means possible, And so that was kind of like my vision for bringing this forward. And you came to mind right away. And I feel I'm excited to hear more about your business and excited for you to share more. Just that I want to just share this, that you've been a sponsor for the retreats. And
Mhm.
I'm excited again to have the audience hear more about your business because those at the retreat just absolutely loved what you shared. And it's almost bringing tears to my eyes because I felt it, I was witnessing people, oh yeah, Emilee, oh my gosh, look at the book and that type of thing. So it's really neat. So without further ado, would love to hear about your business. If you want to share, more there.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I want to address what you are offering with this rising up in the collective. I think that's so important, and it eliminates the feeling that we have to be in any sort of competition, and that the people who are searching for the messenger or the healer they need, they're going to find the right one, and they're going to come to you. So just eliminating that. So I really appreciate that. I love collaborating in that collective uplifting. So thank you, Heather, for offering this.
Yeah,
Also for your students who have gone through your Reiki trainings, and that gives us a way to show up and feel confident and comfortable in coming out and doing these services for others. Also with the retreats, with being a sponsor, having the opportunity to be a sponsor and offering my book in your gift bags, that's something that has inspired me. And I've taken that into my own retreats, where I've asked other people to, if they want to be sponsors, so that we can give gifts and have their businesses spotlighted. So I really appreciate you doing that as well.
Yeah.
And
So giddy for
so like, I just wanted to give you credit. We don't get a lot of Heather time, so you gotta hold her in it.
Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah. Thank you.
With my business, I have a studio, a physical location in downtown Janesville, right on the river, where I offer a combination of Reiki energy healing with intuitive readings, which I do use oracle cards. And I also teach physical practice of yoga, but I love to combine yoga philosophy in the healing modality of all of it. And for me, yoga philosophy is how we apply the work while we're going through and working on our healing. Yoga philosophy gives us a self-assessment tool to do the work along the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm so glad you brought that forward, and so articulate in being able to share what this is, just because I feel like there's different times that people are not aware or don't know how yoga is able to support them, Reiki is able to support them. And it just feels that your business, what you're doing, is really assisting people to be supported in their healing journey, in their spiritual journey, in their intuitive journey. And, just sharing about the intuitive messages as well that you're giving. It's almost like the whole package is what it feels like. Like you're getting everything that is necessary if you go to Emilee. So I love that you're bringing that forward. So that's wonderful. And I'm curious too, one of the questions I had asked beforehand was almost like your life mission or your goal with your business. So what came to you with that? I'm curious.
Well, the underlying word is empowerment. I want to empower people to live their best life possible. And one way I do that is talk about manifestation. And the manifestation to me isn't just about manifesting something that's monetary or, something like that, materialistic, but it's how can we be accountable for ourselves so we are in alignment and living the best life possible, if that makes sense. I really love to combine all of that. And that's where my name, the Yoga and Alignment Specialist, comes from. And it's not just physical alignment, it's soul alignment, it's energy alignment. So all of those things together. So I really want to be someone who tells you, you can do this, and I'll be right here with you and, empowering you along the way.
Beautiful, beautiful. And as you share that, it just makes me feel it is at that soul level. I can feel it. And I'm not sure if, audience members can feel this. I can feel what you do for people. And I just feel like with that soul level, I almost just feel that people aren't always aware of why we need to go there or how we need to go there. And I feel that you being able to bring in the whole picture, mind, body, spirit, being able to bring everything in, it almost feels like it's an integration. It feels like it's an alignment. And similar to what you just shared about with manifestation, it's almost like we would want manifestation or creation of our whole self. And it feels like that's something that you're able to support people with.
Yes, exactly.
Which is beautiful. And I'd love to hear too a little bit more about your book. And I think you had said you have an Oracle deck as well.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, I'd love to hear more. I'd love to hear more.
Yeah,
I know it, but share with everybody.
I did leave that part out. So I did write a book that's titled Chrysalis, The Transformation of the Human Soul, which is my own personal journey with I call my sleeping state, but before my spiritual awakening, and the patterns and the lessons that were unfolding for me. And then the time of my spiritual awakening, which I found through meditation, yoga, changing my lifestyle, and the path that took me, where I moved from Janesville, Wisconsin, and spent many years living in Hawaii and just going on this whole spiritual path. And each chapter has a story about a part of my life, a lesson that I learned, and an exercise that you can apply, or the reader can apply it to their own life. And how do we find our core values? How do we do the work? How do we find what it is we want to manifest? And how do we manifest that? And the end of the book is how to create a vision board. So it's your step-by-step guide to creating a vision board. But the important part for me is that people know you can manifest all day long, but if you're not doing the work, you're not going to be happy when your manifestations arrive, or you're not going to acknowledge what's blocking you from the manifestations that are on your way. So doing the work is the most important. And the Oracle deck is Monarch Manifestor Oracle cards. So the theme is the Monarch butterfly. We have the chrysalis and then the monarch. And the artwork is created by a friend of mine, Tioshi Artman, and he lives in Japan. And we met living on a sustainability farm in Hawaii together. So that's why the artwork is so important and potent, because he knows me personally, has watched my journey. So the artwork is a combination of mountains in Switzerland and parts of Hawaii, the ocean, and whales, and just a combination of those, and even images of my daughter and myself, and just inspirational artwork that I think readers and people who use the cards can really feel. But the Oracle cards are the daily work, the daily check-in. Each card has a word that's potent from the book that helps you to do the self-reflection, to do the work. And it all ties into yoga philosophy, whether or not people are aware of that or not. But that's what it's regarding.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. And as you're sharing this, I can feel it. Like, I just feel like looking at the Oracle card deck, looking at the book, it's just, you can feel like the energies from it. And also kind of that tender loving care that went into this, went into the book, went into the Oracle card deck. I can just feel that tender loving care and that collaboration for the card deck, you know, being able to feel that. And what's really neat too, just looking at your book, just like you said, you need to do the work. Like, it may be that abundance comes to you, yet if you haven't done the work, it may be something that you're missing it. Mm-hmm. So just as you share with the book, it's almost just like doing that work, vision board, and then like the card deck, being able to do that daily work, because it is a daily thing. It's like a muscle, you know, so we're needing to put that energy into it. So yeah, beautiful, beautiful. So I'd love to hear too, if you have any advice for others that are on the healing path.
Yes, I would say really continue going for it, even if you feel insecure or you don't trust your messages, or if you're offering Reiki and you're wondering like, where are the messages, or just wondering if you're doing the right thing. It keeps developing. And just like you said, creating a muscle, our spiritual work is a muscle that we develop over time. So stay true to yourself, stay in alignment, and have a spiritual practice for yourself, like meditation or a way to ground on the way, and just keep going forward with the work, because you're needed and there's a reason that you're drawn to it.
Beautiful. Brings tears to my eyes. I love that. Yeah, absolutely. And I love what you said. You're needed, you know, do the work. And I feel too like that there's those of us out there that can support you, you know, and I just feel like with what you've brought forward, you know, just being this yoga and soul alignment specialist, and also being able to create the book and being able to have the deck and retreats, you know, I know you just had retreats. Retreats are also part of your hub. And so with that, just that people get that support on their journey, you know, and that feels very, very important. Sometimes it feels like we're going this alone. And so just knowing we have that support feels very, very important. So yeah, so we'd love for you to share with everybody more about how they can get in touch, your business name, you know, go ahead.
Okay, great. My name, business name is Emilee's Healing Hut. The Emilee is with two E's, and in case you don't see it written. So Emilee's Healing Hut. I am on Facebook, Emilee's Healing Hut, and I'm on Instagram, Emilee's Healing Hut, and Emilee J. Kern. I have two, one for my authorship and then one for my physical studio. And emilieshealinghut.com or emileejkern.com as well. You'll find information on both of those websites.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Emilee. Thank you,
Heather.
And yeah, for sure. And I just really want to encourage the audience. I want to encourage people seeing this maybe on the replay too, like, please get in Emilee's energy. I feel like you can feel it on the screen, and I feel like it is true legit. She's too legit to quit. Yeah, feel it, feel it. Right. Yeah, just please get in touch with Emilee. And I just feel like I've had the privilege of being in your energy. So I know it firsthand. So definitely reach out to her. So thank you.
Thank you,
Appreciate your
Heather.
time.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
awesome. Cool. Okay, have a good one. We'll talk to you
You too.
later. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.